Hey y'all, this is Guitar Guy 234 once again with another PoE video. I just wanted to show you guys what happens when you beat Piety. I just beat Piety on Cruel. I'm kind of over leveled. I'm level 55 right now, but I just took my time with it. You know, this is my first character at this level, so you know, I took my time with it. Anyway, I'll show you guys if you don't know what happens. You know, when you beat the game, if you haven't beat it yet or whatever. Pretty much. It's kind of boring, actually. You just kind of walk through the door. But it's been quite a run for me, and I'm glad to be able to do this. Alright, let's go this way. I've been experimenting with a couple of different melee abilities. Because I've noticed the difference between, you know, I use Warlord's Mark mainly for its life leech and mana leech, not really for its endurance charges. I use Enduring Cry for that, because you can't really count on the endurance charges you get from Warlord's Mark. As you can see, I'm cleaving them down so easily with a shield. I was using a unique two-hander Highland sword or something like that. It was like a level 44 sword. It was really good when I was level 44, but right now I'm using this one, which has exactly the same physical damage as the two-hander, and it's a one-hander. So it's really nice. I do lose the movement speed that I got with the unique, but that's okay. And I lose the attack speed, but I just got the passive right down here. I'll show you guys. I'm working my way down towards, like, you know, because eventually I'm going to get Unwavering Stance, but I don't want to get it too early because I kind of want to get Iron Reflexes first so that all my evasions is you know, converted to armor first before I'm, you know, sacrifice the ability to evade. You know, evading is nice to have, you know, just as like a backup stat. But once you get rid of it, then you know, cannot be stunned. You know, I do get stunned, and it sucks. So I can't wait to be able to get this ability with the Iron Reflexes paired with it. Anyway, I got Berserking, which gives me a lot of attack speeds, so I'm not hurting too much in the attack speed world of things. But what else? I have some pretty good gear right now, but I'm about to go into Merciless, and I'm sure this is not gonna cut it, you know. This is for rarity. Like, this guy I met, I guess he was in a really good mood. He, like, gave me all this gear, and, you know, it was very nice of him. You know, I was asking him questions and whatnot about the game, and he was running a similar build to me, so, and he was higher level, so he wasn't really using these, you know, rings that much. I got this myself. No, actually, he gave this to me too. So both of these rings are like pretty much gifts from some guy. He's on my friend list. Let's see. Oh, anyway, he's a good guy. I got this Ami. It's pretty decent. I don't do a ton of elemental damage, but it's nice to have that extra, and then the armor is nice. Quantity of items is nice. You know, I'm using an axe, so I don't need all that dex anymore. You know, if you guys saw my last video, I was using the two-hander, and I couldn't use it without using a specific jade amulet, which is right here. It's not a bad amulet. It has life. It has some resistance, but I was mainly using it for the dex, and I'm glad that I replaced it with this. This has life regen, but it doesn't have life, but whatever. So, during the Piety fight, I was using these two life regen flasks. The reason why is they're so nice to have. Instant recovery when on low life. Like, my life will be down to here, right? From like one of her, you know, melee hits from when she turns into the fire thing and like starts to go apeshit. I used Temporal Chains to slow her down, and Temporal Chains, if you don't have it, get it, because it is so useful, especially with you know, any mob that's like super fast. You can slow it down significantly with this ability. Um, Without it, you're kind of screwed. You're not going to be able to catch up, especially in melee. Like if the mob runs away, you're pretty much screwed. So Temporal Chains really helped me out in that fight. It was a solo fight. I'm actually going to show you guys something that I got from Piety. It is an amazing drop, and I'm so glad I got it. Death's Harp Death Bow. This is one of the most sought after bows in the game. Not only because of its physical damage and attack speed and awesome global critical strike multiplier, it adds an additional arrow to your attack. So I'm not entirely sure exactly what happens with that, whether it like adds an additional arrow to every attack, like if you fire a lightning arrow it fires 2 instead of 1, or like with attacks like Frenzy and stuff. I'm gonna have to test this out or something. Maybe I can get it 3 linked and, you know, sell it for really a good amount, you know, maybe 2 exalted or whatever. But you know, adding to my awesome unique collection. Anyway, I really wanted to show you that because that dropped off of, and this is the two-hander I was using. It's really nice for its level, but when I got this, you know, one-hander, I was like, holy crap, it's the same amount of damage, and I get to use a shield down, which was great. So, you know, my heavy strike, which is my main single target ability, you know, did the same amount of DPS. The only thing is, I figured out that with Cleave, Cleave is a nice ability. It's my main AoE ability, but I do gain a significant DPS boost by using dual wield. I lose, you know, some resistances, block and stun recovery, and the ability to block, obviously. So I lose a lot of defense, but I do gain a ton of AoE offense. I found that my DPS kind of went down, actually, if I did dual wield with Heavy Strike, because Heavy Strike, the DPS, if you're dual wielding, it switches. You switch hands, so you hit with one weapon and then you hit with the other weapon, and both weapons do different damage. And Heavy Strike works mainly off of physical. So if you're using like an elemental, you know, weapon, it's not going to gain the full effect, but it is going to gain effect from my Life Leech gem. My Life Leech gem is 4% of all damage, not just physical, leeched back as life. Now this stacks with Warlord's Mark, but Warlord's Mark only gives Life Leech to physical damage when attacked. So that's why if you're gonna want to run like a build like this, you want more physical damage. You don't really want elemental. A lot of Life Leech things only work off physical, especially certain pieces of gear might give you physical Life Leech, but not elemental Life Leech. So, but if you're using, see, this Life Leech is a nice gem to use with something like Lightning Strike, which is elemental, but it's 4% of all damage, so it'll leech, you know, even though it's not physical, with this, only with this gem. But anyway, I was using these boots, but I figured the movement speed was way more beneficial than having. Plus, the armor on this sucks. It's just for rarity and stuff, you know. Maybe for farming, I'll use it. This is my helm. A lot of life, a lot of armor. Anyway. What else? I got this really neat body armor. Gain an endurance charge when an enemy scores a crit, and shares endurance charges with nearby party members. So pretty much, instead of getting Conduit, you can get this. It's a little bit under leveled for me right now, But if you're level 43 and you come across this, it's very beneficial, especially if you plan on running, running a lot of parties. But yeah, I'll show you conduit. Where's conduit? Yeah, share endurance and all charges with nearby party members. So pretty much it mimics that. Anyway, what else? What else? I got the key for killing Piety. This is another ring that I use. Well, anyway, bottom line is Temporal Chains. During the boss fight, she'll go around and try to get into these like portals, which makes her transform. Now, in order to keep her from doing that, you can cast something like Temporal Chains, which actually slows her down from transformation to transformation. It also slows her down while transformed. And since I had Warlord's markup for a lot of the time, mana wasn't too much of a problem. So it was nice. The two auras that I'm running, that's why I'm not Blood Magic, is because I want to be able to run auras like Determination and Hatred, percentage-based auras that I would never be able to use if I was Blood Magic. 70% of your life reserved. Yeah, right. So I did come across a... Oh, I can't jump over there. There we go. Leap Slam for the win. I did come across a quest reward that I had the choice of getting. I've been experimenting with this. Okay, let me just tell you guys what's going on here. I'm experimenting with Molten Shell. It gives me a substantial amount of armor because of the fact that it stacks with my armor passives. So if I pop it, it doesn't give me 705 armor. It actually gives me more. So right now, with the buff, it's 3,915 armor. 52%. It stacks with determination and stuff like that. So, 2,500 armor. With the buff, it skyrockets. Look at that. It adds almost double the amount of the tooltip. This is really nice. The only problem is that the damage is not substantial. Plus the cast time is very long. So I haven't really been using it that much. I have it paired with my Blood Magic gem. But it's just an interesting ability. It does give you a lot of armor, and if you stack it with a Granite Flask, it does, gives you even more, as you can see. 76%. I'm sure that's going to go a lot lower in, Merciless and stuff. But, yeah, I've been trying to, experiment with different abilities that I have. Flicker Strike is nice. I was using Flicker Strike when I was not using the movement speed boots. In order to catch up with, casters and stuff who might be trying to run away. It's good to have something that enables you to catch up. I mean, I do have Leap Slam too for mobility. But yes, we're gonna level up Light Bleach. But as you can see, I don't take a lot of damage from physical, which is pretty much the point, right? With a Marauder build. It's not very unique, my build, but I've been experimenting. I do like the the face puncher, the huge physical, Warlord's Mark, just like cleaving them down, using a pot every once in a while. See, I'm getting low, but I'm not afraid because I have these instant recovery when on low life flasks. It's so useful. I have saved myself from death countless times with this. It's so useful to have something like this, and both of them have a dispel on them, so very nice to have. See, if I get low enough to where it'll proc the instant recovery, I'll do it, but that wasn't low enough. It has to be down to like there or like there, something like that, where it'll proc and it'll pretty much boost my my health all the way up. Because I think I have a couple passives that, yeah, increased life recovery from flasks. So that actually stacks with the, with the flask. It says 792, But I find that if my health goes down to like 200, 300, something like that, it like boosts it all the way up. So I think those passives are doing good work. So those are really nice to get, especially if you get um, flasks like this. Anyway, well, oh, okay. But yeah, just been experimenting with a couple things. Increased duration. I might, if I find myself using Molten Shell a lot, I might just pair increased duration with Molten Shell, so that instead of lasting 10 seconds, it'll last, 50% more, so 15 seconds. So I'm trying to find the Scepter of God door. It's probably around here somewhere. Whoa, I don't want to go there. Oh shit. That's General Gravicus. Let's go this way. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I mean, very tanky build. I don't really have to worry, because my cleave gives life on hit. So if I'm cleaving down these guys, the only thing I have to worry about is casters. It's like in any game. If you're a melee, casters are your main problem that you have to deal with. Oh, pick up that scroll wisdom. Alright. But since I have Warlord's Mark paired with my blood magic, it's just if you can get the resources back that you spend on an ability, the easier you can get it back, the better. So in my case, my life regens very quickly, so blood magic gems are substantially more useful than, like, if I use a reduced mana gem, it'd still be taking away from my mana, and I want to be able to use auras. So Goliath Gauntlets. Let's see how good they are. Is this it? Yes. Merciless Twilight Strand. Bum bum bum. Here we go. Oh man. And all of a sudden I find myself on the ground again. Exile. Oh, never mind. Thought I would be like lying down on the ground again.
We're all hate it.
Yep. Time went backwards.
When I kill a man, he stays dead.
Awesome. Alright guys, that's it. That's pretty much all I got to show. A little bit more progress in my PoE experiences. Let's just go back to Cruel real quick. A couple more things. I was experimenting with a build that used Melee Splash and Infernal Blow as your like main ability. And Melee Splash, you know what Melee Splash does. But Infernal Blow, let's just take a look at the gem here, is an interesting ability. What it does is, if you kill somebody with Inferno Blow, it actually does explosion damage. So I don't know if that cascades if you use Melee Splash, if it actually cascades to the other targets and how that all works. But I've heard a lot of people use Infernal Blow with Melee Splash. I like to pair these two together, but then I also need, a melee physical damage modifier. If I want to do decent damage, I want to use a support gem like this and life leech, or life gain on hit or something. I did pair Melee Splash with Heavy Strike, which was really interesting because it actually, instead of pushing back one target, it pushed back like pretty much any target that was close to me. It was really interesting because the knockback is very useful, especially interrupting casters and whatnot. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Dominating Blow, I haven't really done a lot with it, but I'm sure the minions, like if I really kill a nice mob with it, I just find that it doesn't last very long. Again, I could be using this with an increased duration gem. But I might just want to get another life leech gem. See, I'll show you guys the quest reward right here.
Exile.
I'm not going to pick it up yet because I'm not entirely sure what to do. I want to get a 6-link armor before I even think about doing any of this stuff. But, you know, these are all really good gems. Increased burning damage. I don't really have to worry about that. Increased duration is very, very nice. Spell totem. You know, people really look for this gem. You know, for spork and you know, dual totem builds and stuff like that. So it's in high demand. So are all these. You know, weapon elemental damage. I was I was experimenting with lightning strike, but still, I found fork was decent, but LMP is a lot better. I think it just hits more targets. I find that cleave is the bottom line, the best one. I have it paired with added fire and life gain on hit. So anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. This has been Guitar Guy 234 with another awesome PoE video, and here it goes. Merciless is coming. Merciless is going to be awesome. Hopefully it's not too difficult. Alright guys, thanks for watching.